Whom do you worship? I'm Pastor Dean. Thanks for joining me here at the Lakes for Good News Reflections. It is Wednesday, September 2nd, and it's a beautiful day in Wapaka. For chapter day, we're reading Luke chapter 17. I invite you to read the entire chapter, but for this reflection, we're looking specifically at Luke 17, verses 11 through 19. Now on his way to Jerusalem, Jesus traveled along the border between Samaria and Galilee. As he was going into the village, 10 men who had leprosy met him. They stood at a distance. They called out in a loud voice, "Jesus, Master, have pity on us." And when he saw them, he said, "Go, show yourself to the priests." And as they went, they were cleansed. One of them, when he saw he was healed, came back, praising God in a loud voice. He threw himself at Jesus' feet and thanked him. He was a Samaritan. Jesus asked, "Were not all 10 cleansed? Where are the other 9? Was no one found to return to give praise to God except this foreigner?" Then Jesus said to the man, "Rise and go. Your faith has made you well." Jesus was walking again where no religious Jew would find himself, on the edge between Samaria and Galilee. The Samaritans were despised by the Jews. They were known as mongrels because they were of mixed blood, and their worship of God was suspect. Now, while traveling, 10 lepers come and approach Jesus. Jesus is known in Samaria already as a healer because of his earliest Samaritan excursions. So they shout out to him for cleansing. Now, because leprosy is contagious, they maintain safe social distancing. In 2020, we of course have some understanding of maintaining social distance, i.e. 6 feet. But for the lepers of Jesus' day, it was some 50 feet, which would destroy all family, friendships, livelihood, and any normal rhythm of life. And though they could congregate and did with each other, no matter what the background was, their lives were ruined. So they call out to Jesus for healing and restoration, for them to able to return to normal living. They just want things back the way they used to be. And according to the Bible, Jesus does cleanse them of all leprosy. As he continues on his way, one returns to him. He falls at Jesus' feet, thanking him. To this man, Jesus says, "Rise and go. Your faith has made you well." Words are important. And I want you to note in this story, Luke tells us that all 10 were, in the Greek, cleansed of their leprosy. All 10, therefore, were given freedom to return to the normalcy of everyday life. But one, who happened to be a Samaritan, returned to give worship and thanks to Jesus. And because of this, according to Jesus, that man was not just cleansed of leprosy, but was made well. The Greek word here is sozo, and it can be translated into English as healed, or made whole, or made well, or saved, or salvation, or rescued. It is a word which encompasses far more than only physical cure, but captures the soul, spirit, and body of the person. The life that the Samaritan returned to would be anything but normal. From now forward, he chooses to be a disciple and follower of the Messiah, Jesus. He has faith, trust in Jesus, and Jesus knows this because he falls at his feet and worships him. Faith always looks like something. Like the other 9, he was cleansed, but beyond them, he had entered into new territory with a new, yet-to-be crowned king. We're in the middle of a pandemic. We do want our life cleansed so that we can just return to normal living. Or are we willing to, as a Samaritan in today's story, receive a total transformation of our allegiance? Years later, the Apostle Paul put it in this way, reflecting on his transformation on a road to Damascus. From Colossians chapter 1, verse 13, Paul writes, "For the Father has rescued us from the dominion of darkness and brought us into the kingdom of the Son Jesus, whom he loves, and in whom we have redemption, the forgiveness of sins." We've all heard or said or even thought in this strange year of 2020, I can't wait for life to get back to normal. Be encouraged. God has much bigger and better plans for us than just normal. Who do you worship today?